Okay, I don't see anything, my camera or anything, so hold on. Haha, there it is. I'm trying to hook up my other monitor and I kind of screwed up there a little bit. But now we are seeing, let me go ahead and make sure the audio is good. All right. Hi guys, how you doing? Exciting day, exciting day. So we are going to go over the pistol brace rule that just dropped. So I got it right here. I'm going to share my screen. I'm trying to get my other monitor working. So Rich might drop in here or Dark or whoever. If they do, we'll go through this. But as of right now, I am just sharing this. Hi, everyone. I'm One Card Fast, everyone out there. Let's see how good my sources are. Sources are good. I should have a pretty good idea what it is. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and share this up here. All right, guys. So I'm gonna put myself down here. This is the classification for pistol braces. We're gonna go through it and just take a look and see what it says, and then we'll get out of here. But let's go ahead and close some of this down. Sorry, here it is. All right, classification of pistol braces. This is the final rule. Summary is going to just be the summary or whatever. Effective date. Let's see here. So this is just a summary of regulatory action, and what this does is that PRM is the rulemaking process that they have to go through, and they want to be very clear. It looks like that nothing in the rule bans stabilizing braces or the use of stabilizing braces on pistols, but however, firearms with attached brace devices may be subject to statutory and regulatory requirements depending on the firearm's objective. Okay, nothing there. NFA talks about furthermore, this rule does not impose any new legal obligations on owners of stabilizing braces at all, as obligation for these owners result only from the NFA and GSA. Talks about design factors. Okay, let's see here. How many pages is this rule? 293 pages, guys. 293 pages. Ugh. That's freaking phenomenal. Phenomenally bad. All right, let's see here. GCA. All this is saying, most of this is going to be comments and them responding to comments. Firearms falling under the purview of the NFA must be registered in the National Firearms Registration and Transfer Record. That's the NFA database that they have, the registration for NFA weapons, including short barrel rifles. So still nothing. It's going to give a brief, this is just a brief history. 2012, the first stabilizing brace was submitted. And then it's going to talk about how it's significantly grown so far. Nothing that stands out that I'm not aware of yet. This is them right here, June 10th. That's when the document published. Do I hear someone? Oh, it's Rich. Hey, Rich.
Hey, how are you? You got a link for the doc?
Uh, yeah. I will go ahead and send that out right now. All right. So this is the doc, guys. Hold on, I'm gonna switch, plug in my other monitor here. So where is my damn monitor? Okay.
And if you're just joining us, we have breaking news on the new ATF or AFT, as Sleepy Joe likes to call it, the pistol brace rule. We're kind of reading it as it goes right now. John dropped the link over here in the chat. So if you take a look at the live chat, you'll see the link there. I am adding it to the description. Holy cow, that's a redirect. All right, I'm going to get the good original and drop it in my description.
All right, I'm back.
And this way
It
we can
should
take a
pop
look
up.
at it.
Good. All right, I got my other monitor going, so this is gonna make it a lot easier. I was taking a nap too. Damn it.
Is that why Jared beat you to this?
Of course. Yeah. He woke me up. Jared woke me up. All right, so let's go back here. I now have two different screens going here, so this should help
I
out a
wish they
lot.
gave an index or an executive summary, like bullet
Well, they're just
points.
gonna talk about everything else here. All right,
Do they
so let me get back
intentionally
here.
make these things three and change pages long?
Well, a
What,
lot of it's going to be
293?
comments and them responding to the comments. After careful consideration of the comments received regarding the complexity and understanding of the worksheet 4999, that was the big form.
Oh, the points.
The points, yeah. And the
brace
methodology
bingo.
used for worksheet to evaluate firearms equipped with the brace, the final rule does not adopt some aspects or approach proposed in the MPRM. That's the request for comments, specifically the worksheet 499 and its point system. And I think I told you that was coming, right? About how they decided that the worksheet was flawed.
Yep.
And they weren't really going to use it. Yeah.
Well, in the worksheet said, well, we may be, even though you may be legit below the number of points, we may determine otherwise.
Yeah, if we determine that you're doing it to try to get around it. So that's not the case anymore. That's not up for debate or anything. So we don't have to worry about that anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Attached stabilizing brace are likely used for criminal purposes.
Yes, of course they are. Attached, not that there's millions of them. I guess they're considering all of us criminals. Okay. So basically, according to the department's amended definition of rifles, I'm not sure how they can amend it, but whatever, to expressly state that a design or redesign made or remade intended to be fired from the shoulder, including weapons equipped with accessories, components, or rearward attachments, stabilizing braces that provide surface area that allows the weapons to be fired from a shoulder, provided other factors as listed in the regulations described in this preamble indicate that the weapon is designed, made, intended to be fired from the shoulder. The other factors are whether the weapon has the weight and length consistent with the weight and length of similarly designed rifles, which so far everything that my source have told me is coming true, Rich. Whether the weapon has the length of pull measured from the center of the trigger, so the length of pull, and whether the weapon is equipped with sights or scope with eye relief. Basically, that is your like a rifle scope.
That's the distance between your eye and the first lens.
Yeah, like a Strike Eagle from Vortex. That's another thing that would which it's kind of crazy that that an accessory that you put on the top could determine whether it's a pistol or rifle. Whether the surface area allows the weapon to be fired from the shoulder is created by a buffer tube, receiver extension, or any other accessory or
Oh,
component.
shoot. So just a plain buffer tube.
Yep.
Whoa.
Manufacturers directed and indirected marketing promotional materials indicating the intended use of the weapons. Now, right there, I think they're going to run into a case of where they're going to get sued over First Amendment rights. Kind of like the Polymer 80 case down in Texas right now. Information demonstrating the likely use of the weapon in the general community. Basically, if a lot of people use it, there you go. So all the objective and design features listed in the rule indicate the weapon is designed, made, or intended to be fired from the shoulder as derived from the NPRM and proposed worksheet 499, 4,999, 4999, whatever. The revised definition of the rule clarifies, consistent with the best interpretation of the statutory provisions, that the firearm with attached stabilizing brace can possess and designed to be fired as a rifle. So they're saying the same thing over and over again.
So
However,
for 20, 30 years, they've been saying, nah, that's a brace. You're cool.
Yeah, okay. However,
Now, not so much.
A firearm attached with a brace device is not a rifle as defined in the relevant statutes if the weapon is not designed, made, or intended to be fired from a shoulder. So I guess if you have a Glock with a brace, there you go. The rule as proposed and finalized does not ban stabilizing braces or prohibit firearms with attached stabilizing braces regardless of the firearm's classification. So this is where they're going to insert it.
Oof. I'm like skipping ahead. Not good.
Yeah. Consequently, many parties in possession of weapons and brace combinations that the ATF did not specifically classify in the past as being subject to the NFA may have been violating the NFA by possessing an unregistered rifle with barrel less than 16 inches. In addition, where the department is overruling ATF's previous classification letters, possessors of the firearms equipped with the stabilizing braces that were issued in those letters may also be in possession of NFA firearms. So it's going to go into effect 120 days from probably Monday, when it will be published.
From the date of publication in the Federal Register.
That'll be Monday. Okay, let's see.
Provided the registration form is properly submitted and documented within the defined time period, Department will consider individuals to be in compliance with the statutory requirements between the date in which the person's application is filed and the date a person receives ATF approval or disapproval of the application after the 120-day registration period. Following publications of the rule, registration previously made manufacturer stabilizing brace that NFA firearms will be permitted. The department at that time may take enforcement actions against any person in possession of an affected firearm that is a short-barreled rifle in which a registration has not been submitted. Oh, so it doesn't say, like, if you submit, get denied, we're coming after you. But it doesn't say they won't.
Yeah, it's
apart
saying
from
that
registration, there are other options that are set out in section VB of the preamble that include modifying affected weapons to remove them from the definition of short barrel rifle by destroying the firearm, surrendering the firearm to law enforcement, registering the firearm, or modifying the configuration such that the firearm within the defined time period will enable affected persons to lawfully retain possession of their firearm under federal law. while possessors of such weapons themselves be able to apply for the factors outlined in the amended regulatory text, the ATF is publishing information simultaneously with this rule that will inform the public of both common weapon platforms attached stabilizing brace designs and examples of commercially available firearms equipped with a stabilizing brace that are short-barreled rifles. Additionally, an individual may contact ATF to receive a determination of whether their firearm equipped with a stabilizing brace is a rifle as defined in the GCA or NFA. The department has determined, as a matter of its own enforcement discretion, it will not, as the NPRM suggested as an option, require the individual and FFLs without an SOT that timely register their affected weapons with a stabilizer brace, which are in their possession as of the date this rule is published, to pay the $200, making the tax usually due upon submission, such as application to the register. Likewise, Type 7 FFLs, regardless SOT status, that timely register their weapons with a stabilizing brace that qualify as an NFA firearm and are still in their inventory, i.e., that have not been sold or otherwise transferred, will not owe any making tax for these weapons. Furthermore, department has determined that as a matter of its own enforcement discretion, it will not seek to collect retroactive taxes, $200 for making or $200 transfer tax, which is typically required for each weapon with a stabilizing brace that qualifies as an NFA firearm that was manufactured or transferred at any time prior to the date of the publication of this final rule. I love when they say final rule. See section VC, or Victor Charlie. Notwithstanding the 120-day compliance period, as discussed above, the rule is immediately effective that the department may seek to enforce NFA's requirements with respect to any new making or new transfer of a weapon with an attached stabilizing brace that constitutes a short-barreled rifle under the NFA. The department believes that delaying enforcement of the relevant NFA provisions is not necessary to allow an equitable opportunity for compliance, because all persons through publication of this rule have received notice that the NFA may in fact apply to their conduct.
Okay.
Further delay.
Okay. I just want to, Kim has a question since you're reading and I'm monitoring this. Kim has a question. Is it 128 days from today? 128, it's 120 days from today. No, it's publication. They always put out the rule before publication. The publication will probably go in on Monday morning. So it's probably get 128 days from Monday. All right, go ahead.
So let's see. Further delaying enforcement also would be inconsistent with public safety. Therefore, ATF may enforce the NFA against any person or entity at any time after the publication date of this rule. Whoa! Newly makes or transfers of weapons with an attached stabilizing brace that constitutes a short-barreled weapon under the NFA for purpose of the Congressional Review Act. However, the department will wait to actually initiate such enforcement actions for at least 60 days from publication rule in the Federal Register. Summary of costs and benefits. In sum, the ATF anticipates the cost of the rule is $266.9 million annualized,
$250 million.
Discounted at 7%. So are they saying this 260, let's just say $267 million, is that what they're not getting for the $200 registry?
Yeah, probably.
The total cost calculator for this rule to take account the various options described above that affect parties can choose from to come into compliance with the statutory requirements. The benefit of this rule is preventing manufacturers and individuals from violating the requirements of the NFA and GCA. Congress placed stricter requirements on the making and possession of short-barreled rifles, deeming them to be dangerous and unusual weapons and posing significant danger to the public as described below. This rule enhances public safety by reducing the further proliferation and criminal use of firearms with stabilizing braces, referred to standalone final regulatory impact analysis available on www.atf.gov for a full discussion of potential costs and benefits of the rule. And then they go into background, Attorney General Merrick Garlick.
Yeah, this is all background.
Blah.
Why they think that they have permission?
So, what
Statutory
are the
definition of
statistics
firearm
of
under the
criminal
GCA is
uses
different.
of braced weapons?
What's that?
What are the
There was
statistics?
one I know of.
There's one. That's it. We need a rule change. Rule change immediately.
I mean, that's there's probably more. That's all I know is one.
Oh, I love this. The statutory definitions of firearm under the GCA and NFA are different. The definition of firearm under the GCA is broad, encompasses almost all weapons defined as firearm. Under the NFA, they may expel a projectile by the action of an explosive. However, when Congress passed the NFA in 1934, it chose to regulate certain gangsta type weapons. I made it A instead of ER. More stringently than other firearms because they were viewed especially dangerous and unusual. Congress chose to define such weapons as firearms. Hence, the NFA's definition of firearm is narrower than the GCA's definition of firearm. That captures only particular types of weapons, for example, machine gun short-barreled rifles and short-barreled shotguns.
All right, Jeff Cron, no, they don't want the $200.
So this is something we've been talking about. I'm sure it's going to take a deeper reading to figure out, but my PS90 that has the civilian barrel, not the stubby little barrel, if I put a brace on that...
You better put a brace on it today, because I think it's from Monday.
I got a brace on it. I designed and printed it with my Bamboo P1P.
Check my inbox. Okay, Mike Owens talks about how this violates the APA, and I'm pretty sure that it probably will.
Oh, yeah. So if I already have a brace on my PS90, and I can file for a free tax stamp and then cut the barrel down.
Oh, check this out. All right. So, thank you so much. Who sent that to me? Tyler.
Yeah. All right. So Smash Time. You want me to just call you on the phone, Smash Time? I'll give you a recap play by play.
Yeah. Let's see here. All right. So we have another. Okay. Is it factory?
The recap is the rule is what we think it has been. There so far there haven't been any surprises.
We have another document too here. But yeah, Fat D, you can submit samples.
So if I had a brace on something yesterday, I can apply for their $200 tax amnesty. But if I put a brace on it today, no good.
All right, then it shows the SB Tactical videos. All right, comments. Oh, I hear what department response is.
Okay, Shepard has a comment. He says most people don't know you can get a PS90 receiver and build it out as a pistol with a brace. Never heard of that. Thank you.
Yeah, the further in front of the public of an example of weights inconsistent with variety of rifle traditional. So this is weights.
So if I make everything out of carbon fiber, I'm cool.
Yeah, so this is all weights.
So are they saying any of my AR pistols are no longer AR pistols?
Yeah, was like basically all of them. All right, and here are the comments, the rest of the comments and responses. I'm going to bring up something that was sent to me here. So let's go ahead and stop sharing this. And I'm not exactly sure what the next thing is, but we will see here. I'm gonna move this over here. I just move this over here. Dun, dun, dun,
Oh,
dun,
so
dun.
Joe Hendrickson is asking about the X-Tar EP9 and the Micro-Roni.
I don't know. All right, so this is NFA Form 1 submission, external guidance Q&A. This is a lot shorter. All right, so this is
You got a link for that?
eForms. Yeah, I'm gonna throw that in there. Thank you so much. You sent that to me again? Hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. So just give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm getting blown up
Yep.
with emails and everything.
David Williams says unconstitutional laws we should not comply with. 100% agree. But you know what? I can't spend a couple years in jail waiting for the feds to like figure their a-hole out from the rest of them.
Who sent this to me? If you send it to me, thank you. Tyler Baker. Thank you, Tyler Baker. Sorry. All right, this is basically how you fill it out. Sign up for eForms, how to visit eForms. Nothing here. So basically, this is how to fill out eForms. Verify sign, submit or pen. All right. Fingerprinting options. When you get like a file, and the file has like everything attached to it. If you do it like electronically, or you can mail them in. Question: how do our manufacturers not listed? What should I do? Model listed. Okay. Average processing time. Average processing time is 90 days. Get the fuck out of here. It's not 90 days. Not even close to 90 days. Come on. Wow, that's just funny.
Is that like the Wish sandwich?
Well, they said the whole thing was we're gonna make it 90 days, and they've never even came close.
So ADR XR920 asks, how many days do we have to submit the paperwork? I believe
120.
120 days.
Yeah. Okay. Must be marked. Okay, so if you have a privately made firearm, you have to mark it and have a serial number and everything.
But what if I have a privately made brace?
Well, no, that doesn't matter.
And I don't
Okay,
know if
well,
Dark is out there. I've just emailed you the link.
let's see here. My eForm was denied after 120 tax forbearance. Look at that. Who called that? Remember? I was talking about tax forbearance.
Yeah, because they couldn't waive the fee.
They couldn't waive the tax for the IRS. So there is a forbearance. The digital fingerprints. Do I have to send photographs with every? Can I register my short barrel rifle equipped with a stabilizer bright pursuant to my trust? Okay, so you cannot use a trust. It has to be individual regulations. So you can't add it to your trust.
Can we just add a longer barrel? I'm not sure what that question means.
Oh, that
Clicked on the
means
wrong.
instead of registering, can you just add a longer barrel?
Okay. So my understanding is if you have something that's a rifle, can be converted to a pistol. If you convert it to a pistol, it's always a pistol from then on. That's
Yeah.
what I thought he was going towards.
Yeah, I actually have documentation that says that. All right, guys. That's all we know right now. It's not all we know. We know pretty much all of it.
So let's surmise this.
Recap. Okay,
So
so you have 120 days to register your legally owned firearm that's equipped with a stabilizing brace as an SBR. There is a tax forbearance, which means that they cannot waive the tax, but they can choose not to collect it. Which, when did I tell you that?
months ago.
Months ago, yeah.
Yeah. The
And
other part is like you can't throw a brace on something today. Like from now on, it has to be yesterday
from Monday.
or Monday.
Yeah.
So you, I guess, when it's published, up until it's published, so run out to the gun show this weekend, get a brace, throw it on something, and apply for a free tax stamp.
Yeah. Shouldering, what they don't really describe what they consider shouldering. Will this violate the APA? Yes. Am I going to register my braces? No. There you go. Registered AR braces in California, you can't get SBRs. You're shit out of luck, according to the rule. I'm sure this is going to be challenged, so that's why I'm saying I'm not registering my stuff right now.
Well, so
Because
you're within 120 days, you have to register it.
there's going to be a TRO. Like,
Yeah.
trust me.
You wouldn't have any rumblings about a TRO on this, would you?
North Dakota.
Okay.
Well, it's going to be actually it's preliminary injunction, not really TRO. Preliminary injunction,
Okay.
North Dakota. Second Amendment Foundation.
So if there's a
And then
preliminary
there's going to be
injunction,
there's going to be another case in Texas.
okay.
There you go. GOA has just put out a thing condemning it. And my sources are good. They've checked out because it's the copy of the rule I got. It's the same rule.
Mm-hmm.
So
What? You
now
got a
you guys have
copy
to
of
be
this?
guessing over there, Mr. ATF agents, of how I got it.
What?
And how GOA, for some reason, has everything ready. You know, and knows what's in there.
So Ryan Stone says
Fifth
free tax
Circuit did
stamp, but
approve bump stocks, but that only applies to bump stocks, and there's no final ruling on there. What the Fifth Circuit did is they say they told the district court that they have to rule in favor of Cargill. So what they do is they remand the case back to the district court to rule in favor of Cargill.
okay. So somebody here, Mikey says you can always turn a pistol into a rifle, but not a rifle into a pistol. Yeah, I don't think so.
There's one way it can go.
Dork.
I gotta look. I actually have it where Okay, yeah,
Gentlemen,
you can't turn a pistol into a rifle. I actually have a ATF document where they were prosecuting someone
for turning a
where
pistol
they
into
had
a
a
rifle.
pistol and they put a longer barrel on it and then put a stock on it and they thought it was and they're like, hey, look, we have a all right, it's a rifle now. And the ATF said, no, you're not. We're prosecuting you for having an SBR.
Even though
So
it
in the
had a
case of an
16-inch barrel?
AR-15, you can put a short-barreled upper on it or a long-barreled upper on it, or you have the ability. Let me just say, because you
Yeah,
pull
but
the
I think
pins.
this rule makes an exception where they're saying, oh, you can do it now, which makes
So,
no
okay,
sense, which is
so let
actually
me.
against the law, which is blowing my mind.
No, the ATF would never do anything against the law. That doesn't make
It wouldn't
sense, right?
contradict itself, would it?
No, it's like, but it
No,
contradicts the law. It's so much different thing.
of course. The ATF is a completely rogue agency that does not operate within the confines of the law. That, by the way, their opinions, their published letters, their the letters, like all the shit that they're putting out, they're enforcing it with the full power of the law behind it. It's ridiculous. This is so. Let me get this straight. So, what I'm hearing is that an AR pistol with just a buffer tube, that's a problem too.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I
So,
was going to grab mine, but it's not here.
Are we talking pistol buffers?
It didn't specify. It
Yes.
just says buffer tube.
Yeah, I would say yes.
Well, I mean, we kind of need clarity on that because I was under the impression that one of the things that they were going to put in this brace final rule change that will probably be changed several times over the next 3 or 4 months, if it's anything like the frames and receivers,
Sorry.
if it's anything like the
We got a
frames and
super chat?
receivers, which is
No.
bullshit.
We got a comment.
But the what I was expecting was to see the 6 position or adjustable buffers that are designed to put stocks on it were going to be a no-go. But this sounds like any AR with any buffer tube with a barrel less than 16.5 inches is a no-go.
Yes, I agree.
So that's
And
that's
again,
what
we're
I'm going
a
to share
few
one
minutes
more
into
document
this.
here.
is that what we're interpreting this as?
Yeah, so far.
Oh, wait, it
You know,
doesn't
a
really.
deeper read.
Let's take a look at this other document that I have here. Future Felons of America.
This
But
is
you all
bullshit.
wish you had the patch now. All right.
I got one. I got the shirt too.
All right. Let's see here. Not as off the list, but here you go. So that's a short barrel rifle.
How is that a short barrel rifle? Isn't that a 16-inch?
It looks like it. Another short
Wait,
barrel
wait, wait.
rifle, SBA 4,
Wait.
SBA 3. So
What?
anything with SBA 4, SBA 3 is a rifle.
Hold on. One of
Wait.
this
Am
is
I watching? This is like watching Firearms Unknown.
yeah. I mean, literally, they say one of the options is to keep the pistol brace installed and then install a 16.5-inch barrel.
That looks like a 15.5-inch barrel to me.
That's 100% a full size 16.5-inch barrel.
Here's another. Oh, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that
Short
is
barrel rifle,
literally
SLB,
that is literally one of
SBXK,
their options.
short barrel rifle, SB Mini, short barrel rifle, SBL, short barrel rifle, SBPDW, short barrel rifle, Shockwave,
Dude.
short barrel rifle.
Oh my God, they got a vertical grip on.
Oh, that's why. Hold on. Let me go back up here. All right, this is the vertical grip.
But what does the vertical grip have
Okay.
to do? If it's not a
It
pistol?
should be an AOW. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, but by their definition, if they're saying the brace is a stock, then the vertical grip would be allowed to be there.
Yeah, that's true. I have no idea. SBL, SBPW, Shockwave, the MFT, EMP, the breach, the tail hook,
Dude, they're
Glock type platforms. Okay, here we go. Uh-oh.
What?
The flux.
I thought it just said that if it was this. Oh my god.
Hey, you know what? My my Glock 19 is now an SBR.
Yeah, mine too. I literally have one sitting right there. Right there. In that same chassis.
Wow. Fab defense.
The KPOS.
The
that thing
Microroni is a short barrel rifle. There you go. Somebody's asking about Microroni. There you go. Short barrel rifle.
This is a joke,
MCK,
man.
short barrel rifle. Short barrel rifle. FCU, short barrel rifle. AK.
Whoa. Hold on. Go back. So they're saying that the XO1 is an SBR?
Yes.
The XO1 isn't a firearm.
Yeah, but the firearm inserted.
But
And
then
you
by
start a
itself,
firearm, whatever firearm you put in there will become a short barrel rifle.
but by itself, it's just like owning a brace by itself.
Yeah. SBL, short barrel rifle. HK, short barrel rifle. Short barrel rifle.
Hold up, that's not even a brace. When have you ever seen a brace like that?
SP5? I don't know. Short barrel rifle.
And they got a fucking vertical grip on it. Oh my god. What? They're doing this on purpose.
PCCs. MPX.
Ooh, is there an opportunity for those of us that just bought MP5s? Oh, and CZ Scorpions.
Yeah, there's your Scorpion.
There's my Scorpion.
I got the tail hook. See this?
SPT.
Okay, so riddle me this, Batman. Question: If
Mac
nice.
platforms.
How are they going to put up the SCAR PDW? Like, ain't nobody got that shit. Like, come on.
Yeah.
All right. So tell me this. Let's say that there's so many things going through my head right now. So let's say that somebody has a braced MP5, okay, an MP5K, and somebody that wants to comply with this massive encroachment on our natural rights says, you know what, I'm going to register my braced pistol as an SBR. And then they choose to, like sacrifice their, freedom, independence, and privacy and get a tax stamp. And it's okay if you guys choose to do that. I'm sorry. I'm just really, really salty right now. But let's say they do this and they get approved for their encroachment, their tax stamp. Then at that
It's an
point,
encroachment. Go ahead and say it.
Yeah, it is absolutely an encroachment. This is governmental overreach to the highest degree. That they're not regulating your firearms. They're regulating the accessories of your firearms, claiming that this is absolutely ridiculous. So let's say that somebody decides to submit the tax stamp for their MP5, and then their MP5 after that point, when it's approved, is an SBR, right? It's not on the NFA as a braced pistol. So then can they put a stock and a vertical grip on it?
I guess.
Right? I don't know. Can I print braces for everything and just turn everything? Like I will submit a box of macaroni and cheese with a brace on it to the ATF.
Well, you have to get them all marked and serialized.
Yeah, that's fine. We can work that out. I'll
So
engrave
my
one of the
9mm arc, is that Is that an SBR?
Yes.
Does that have a barrel less than 16 inches?
I don't even remember.
If it does, then yes.
Yeah, I mean, anything less than 16 inches or greater on rifles and 18 inches or greater on shotguns. So what about the shockwave or the brace? Because that's a Title I firearm.
SBR.
You mean SBS?
You know what? That's a good question because I didn't see any. I didn't see the shockwave mentioned at all.
I love that they just casually like drop this shit like as if, you know,
All right, here we
no
go.
conversations.
Let's AR platforms. Ruger 5.56, the Honey Badger, Sugar
Of course.
Weevil, Banshee, DDM4, FN15, Fostex, Maximum Defense, MDXs,
That shit's fire, by the way.
Palmettos, Smith & Wessons, Springfields, Springfield. Okay, Palmetto State Armory, Rum Arms.
Just to be clear that all of those were SBRs, right?
Yeah. Yeah, these are all SPRs. The SP5s. I got one of
The
those.
LWRC.
Scorpions, I have one of those too. IWI Uzis. Other rifle configurations. The Portsford.
Oh my god, dude! It's
Christian
a bolt
Arms.
gun. It's a
Remington.
bolt gun, dude.
The Q. Yeah, there you go.
And that's it. That's the end.
That's just examples.
So I have a 14.5 inch. Let's say for an example, I have a 14.5 inch shockwave with a brace on it.
Look, if a bolt gun is an SBR.
Okay, we're gonna do another thing here. So let me go ahead and
We should
share
do
this.
brace. We should do brace felony bingo.
Basically, everyone has bingo.
Yeah.
Here we go. So this
Congratulations, you won.
is what you can do. Unlicensed possessor of
voting
50
accident?
replace barrel. So basically, you cannot turn a pistol into a rifle, but now you can turn a pistol into a rifle. Remove the brace
So-
that cannot be reattached.
Voting accident isn't
Forfeit
one of
to
the-
the local ATF. Destroy the firearm. Register an eForm 1 during the 120-day period. 120 days prior to the compliance date.
Okay, so one of the options is to keep the brace on there and add a 16-inch barrel or greater. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know what you're saying, but they just showed something with a 16-inch barrel.
I know.
SPR.
I'm dumbfounded. I am shocked.
This is freaking ridiculous.
And I'm sorry, guys. I'm not looking at chat. I'm being a bad guest right now. Let me.
This is ridiculous. Okay, so here's the analysis.
All right. So I'm not
Dude,
the only one is saying. Also, did I miss if you have an AR pistol but remove the brace and just run the buffer tube, is that now considered an SBR or a pistol?
It says a rifle like pistol with a buffer tube.
Hold on. So
the brace rule includes things without even a brace.
And this page intentionally left blank. That always cracks me up.
Yes.
This is
Except
the
for this
analysis.
text.
We're not going to really go through this, but this is how they. and that's looking for hard numbers. So it's going to cost 163 point. Oh, whoops! I got to share it. $263.6 million for this. That's a societal cost. That's a cost to everyone, and that's the cost to all these companies, and like how much we're gonna have to pay to get fingerprints and everything else. So they're saying that
So are we saying that? Oh shit!
they're saying that it's gonna cost us $263.6 million to get in compliance.
Like
It's gonna
me,
cost the government
Crump.
$3.3 million.
Okay.
Okay, Montana asks, can I get Cliff Notes real quick? Yes, the ATF just announced their brace rule, and anything with a brace is an SBR, any shotgun with a brace is an SBS, and even a rifle with a brace is an SBR. Maybe
Or
Or
a
it's not.
braceless
Or it's
AR
not,
with a buffer
because
tube
the
is an
picture
SBR.
showed a 16-inch rifle with a brace and said this is an SBR. But then the little bingo sheet that they have said one of your options is to put a 16-inch
At a
barrel
16-inch
on it.
barrel.
so Too Many Choices is saying that that was actually a 14 and a half inch.
Oh, 14. Okay, 14. Okay. All right, got it.
But they don't say, you know, that they don't say that. That's the problem. You would think that, you know, putting out a rule change of this magnitude, that they would need to be extremely thorough on something like this, but this is just ridiculous.
All right, guys. I think we basically have the gist.
Are we live on John Crump News as
We're
well?
live on everywhere. That's why we got like 1,000 people in here.
All right, I was just curious. I was gonna say
So this is where you
but,
pimp dldhardware.com for all of your jig needs. dldhardware.com.
Yeah, there you go. Check me out on DLD After Dark on my YouTube channel. And if you need a jig for your Polymer 80 or any gunsmithing tools, go to dldhardware.com. Even if you don't buy anything, just go there.
Whoops.
It'll make me really happy.
Or you could sub any one of our channels to make Dark and I happy. I'm Flying Rich, so youtube.com/Flying Rich and youtube.com/DLD After Dark.
And for some reason, I don't get any new subs out of it, but whatever.
I mean,
how do you register a P80 without a serial number? You have to serialize it according to that.
There's a metal part under the P80 to put a serial number on it.
You have to serialize it.
There's so many things that it depends, right? There are no gun shops set up to accept and log and transfer serialized P80s right now. No one's doing it. And as a matter of fact, there are several companies out there that are still selling blank frames because they are interpreting the open letter differently.
So
yeah,
somebody
whether
said
you
how much
comply or not, that is up to you guys. I've already said what I'm going to do. So I'm not going to go back in. It is a de facto registry. Yeah.
Do you mind?
You don't have to. You do have to serialize. It says, where did it say that? Which document that did we read that?
Well, hold on. So that depends. It depends. Number one, what state you're in. It depends. Number two, if you already got it and you want to build it out, and you're not going to have to do a damn thing.
No. But I'm saying if you want to
submit paperwork.
If you wanted to have it to get a tax stamp on it, like to come into compliance with their draconian law. Let me remove this.
Well, no, we're saying if people want to register.
And yes, I called it a law. I know it's a rule before anybody jumps on me, but I called it a law on purpose. I always have to point that out because they're trying to add it as like, you know,
yeah, we know
it's down in the questions right here. Paperwork, Model, but not listed. Attached documents.
That's correct. Too Many Choices says all NFA items have a serial number. That's correct. So
Yeah,
it's
it
somebody
says
saying
it actually says
it carries the weight of law. Excellent point. That's kind of one of the things that we were talking about.
it's in here somewhere.
Kim Reed, not necessarily. This is why they're leaving so much open to interpretation. They're not being thorough. And it's so funny. Eagle 23 said, I'm watching 3 men try to use logic against an army of illogical people.
Like I say regarding the ATF, don't put your junk in crazy.
All right, guys. So follow Rich at Flying Rich on every social media platform, but Flying Rich _official on Instagram. Follow DLD After Dark. He goes live Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 9:30ish, maybe 11ish. I don't know, whatever he
No, usually
actually
10
goes live.
p.m. 10
10
p.m.
p.m.
Eastern. And also go to dldhardware.com if you want to support the movement and advocacy of your human rights that are supposed to be protected by the Second Amendment. Buy a jig and build a P80 today at dldhardware.com. Sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
When will the lawsuits drop, John?
There is already one in North Dakota. The other ones, I would say, probably within a week or two.
Oh, we got a $4.99 super chat.
Thank you so much. What about a bufferless system like an MCK or with no brace or stock with the barrel less than? If there's no brace or no stock, then you're golden.
Yeah, you should be okay. Like the Scorpion, for an example. If you just remove anything off the back, it sounds like you would not be sent to jail forever. So,
No,
that's a benefit.
but you have to modify it so it can never accept the brace.
That's
Yeah, but
nearly
then,
impossible.
man,
Yeah,
this is
I would
so
say the
crazy.
Fifth Circuit is probably where you would see a lawsuit dropping pretty soon. And there's
Yeah.
one in North Dakota. So there you go.
Hashtag activist. That's dope.
All right, guys. But a buffer tube AR-15. It says AR-15 equipped with a buffer tube is an SBR.
Yes.
An AR-15 pistol with a barrel less than 16 inches and a buffer tube. Does it say just a buffer
With no
tube?
brace.
It
Yes.
says buffer tube.
Yes, with no brace. So
it
the
didn't
brace rule
say-
covers things without a brace.
It didn't say adjustable buffer tube or anything. It said buffer tube.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
Because my home defense weapon is an AR pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's most people.
You mean an AR SBR?
Yes.
Oh my god!
Joking.
Don't even get me started on that shit. My
Is there a fast track to get my SBR? No. As long as you submit it within 120 days, you're golden. You might be golden. The example doc. Okay, yep. I can go ahead and you know what? I'll just do this. All the documents that we have been reviewing is on this page.
So I'm just going to pump everybody over to my channel. So if you go to youtube.com/flyingrich, I have the documents linked in the description.
All right.
And if you
you're
sub
live
while
on-
you're there, I'd appreciate it.
You're live on
I
my
will also
channel,
go ahead and do it.
Because if you sub to me, I'll be doing live news from SHOT Show, and there's some news that we're going to be covering.
You mean
Sure.
the Glock,
Next week.
the Glock AR?
The Glock AR-15.
FTATF.
There's
Thank
no
you,
Glock
bud.
AR-15.
Thank you.
Code 24 FTATF. Yes, sir. Out of the 1,500 or so jigs that I've sold over the last 4 months, I have handwritten FTATF in one of those big ass paint markers on every single one of them. So hopefully that gets the message across.
All right,
Helping
guys.
people build guns.
All right. I love you guys. Stay ever vigilant, stay ever free, and I am out of here.
Keeping the fight. We'll